Hi, my previous video I have introduced square numbers. Then in another video I have introduced the difference of two squares. So square number is a very important concept in mathematics studies. So because from square number we can go on one direction to difference of two squares, Pythagorean theorem, complete square, perfect square, quadratics, etc. to a lot of topics till we reached A-level topics. So for another direction, we can go to the inverse calculation, go to the square root, and then third numbers, simplification of the third, etc., index loss. Then that also will involve a lot of knowledge that's necessary in GCSE mathematics studies. So I have already discussed difference two squares. So in this video, I will discuss maybe the most important theorem in KS3, key stage 3, that is Pythagorean theorem. So if you're interested in history, you can just dig out on internet, Wikipedia, Google, or even ChatGPT for AI to tell you some part of the history of this theorem. There are tons of videos on YouTube you can also watch. So they're not all true, but tells you the different aspects of the story. So basically, what is a Pythagorean theorem? In a right angle triangle, the square on the hypotenuse equals the sum of squares on the two other sides. So that basically is the theorem. As you can see here, we have the sum, which is addition, and we have a square, which we have introduced. So different from or similar to difference two squares, now we need to calculate the sum of two squares. So in a basic, very fundamental, typical situation of the Pythagorean theorem in the right angle triangle, if the two perpendicular sides are 3 and 4, then the longest side, which is called hypotenuse, also the sides opposite to the right angle, is calculated using 3 squared plus 4 squared. That will give you 5 squared, 25. That implies the hypotenuse is 5. Furthermore, these three numbers, the length of 3 sides in a right angle triangle, forms a triplet. We call it Pythagorean triplet. So 3, 4, 5 is a typical one. There are many other ones, such as 5, 12, 13. Also, you should note that if you multiply one triplet, it will give you another triplet. For example, 3, 4, 5, if you multiply this triplet by 2, we will have 6, 8, 10. So which is another Pythagorean triplet, because 6 squared plus 8 squared is 100, which is 10 squared. Using this method, you can just multiply any numbers, any whole numbers, or a fraction, or decimal numbers, or divide a triplet by a certain number. So since we know 3, 4, 5, if we divide by 2, we also know 1.5, 2, and 2.5, also a Pythagorean triplet. So using this method, you can not just practice your square number skills, the multiplication skills, and addition skills, but also you understand some relation between the square numbers and the famous trigonometry theorem, which generated over 2,000 years ago in human civilization. So I hope this is a knowledge that you are interested in, and you understand some bit of this important theorem, and you can find out more about triplets and find out how do you get other triplet or generate a new triplet based on the existing triplet. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed the video. See you in the next.